And that's when I'm so thankful for the opportunity that AX put me in, because now I got to be in the studio. Because before I didn't really utilize the studio. I was an idiot. I took advantage of the opportunities that I had. I didn't realize how awesome it was that I was even with all the things, all the tools and everything was in front of me, but I was just focused on like the fun of it, like partying like I already made it. And that didn't work. So I started focusing on the music and the strategy with AX's clients and everyone that he's surrounded by. We are able to strategically integrate these things and align them with my brand and other brands that are coming to the studio, like rappers, because the rap world and the EDM world and dance world are two completely different worlds, different cultures, and the stuff that I'm doing, they honestly never even hear or interact with that music. So that's when the strategy started coming in. AX and I were like, we need to integrate this world and your world, and so we started doing that, which leads to where we're at right now. We created the strategy, and AX is boys with because obviously Future, he performs at not performs, he always that energy, and he'll not just be at energy, he'll book that out for days, 24 hours straight, all three rooms. It was a lot of money.
What was that, Energy?
Energy is the name of the studio.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So he's always at the studio. So AX obviously has become friends with these people who are always at the studio. So Future's artist Go. Obviously, you know, there's that song that came out recently with Future and Fred again, the Turn Off the Lights. Turn off the lights. Okay. So that really is really important to the industry right now, because that song, a little bit, not a lot of it, just a little bit, integrated that world and this world, my world.
So hip hop EDM.
Hip hop EDM, and it blew up. And everybody saw what that did. So Go, it was really random. I would say like on some divine shit, because
Bro, everything up to this point for you has been on some divine shit.
Right?
Like,
or random.
yeah.
Random divine.
it has been random and divine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has.
It's the name of the movie.
Randomly
Divine, starring Sir Tie-Dye.
The funny thing is the divine stuff always happens.
Yeah.
Randomly divine. Some like sparkles.
Yeah.
UFO going past.
It's gonna be way too much work.
So continue. So you're on a project now, a Future Go.
Yeah, so I just got out of a relationship a couple weeks ago. Shit's been hard. I was not feeling the best. And I came back to LA right after. And I just had all this emotion built in me. And I understand why Taylor Swift is always heartbroken. and having to go through some shit to make hits. Because that is real. When you're making music and you're putting it into how you're feeling, put a feeling into your music, it just comes out special.
We were just talking about this. Maybe we have to drop the Return of the Mac song, right? Return of the Mac. Sorry, the song literally came on before we started before you got here.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
So I've been here, back in LA, back in my grind, not worrying about another person. And there's just something strategic about that when you can just work on yourself. So the second that happened, it's crazy. It's like the universe sometimes. If you're not doing something that you're supposed to be doing, things just don't flow. They don't feel like every day doesn't feel like, oh man, this makes sense. This makes sense. It's like, oh, this is happening. You're worrying about this and you're putting all your energy into something else than the things that you should be focused on. So it's just really weird the way that as soon as I came back to LA, because I was living in Arizona, just makes no sense. zero benefit. I was in love. That was the benefit.
Yeah.
Love or lust at this point?
So
That's a whole other conversation for another
Moving
podcast.
along.
So
Part 2.
I'm back in LA and just everything starts making a lot of sense and flowing. And I call AX one day. I forgot what I said. And he was in the car with Go. And the night before, AX told me to send him that Fred Again song. So he was in the car with Go, Future's artist. They're also related. They're cousins. He's in the car, Go, blah, blah, blah. And then my conversation with him ends. And then the Fred Again song comes on with Goats in the car. And he says, oh, man, this that EDM shit. And he's like, I need this. And he's like, really? Well, it's funny that he's like, yeah, man, I need some people that could do that. Like, that's so funny that you say that, because the guy that you just called me is a sick producer, DJ. And then he also showed him Mahez, his Instagram, who I was talking about earlier, and everything he's been doing. He's like, yo, lock it in. Let's get him in the studio. So
Strategically, randomly divined.
yes. The reason why I say it's randomly and strategically, it's just like that I happen
Can I touch you? I need to get some of that. I need to get some of that mojo. Everybody step on in and spread it around on the chaos side.
Oh.
Bless all the cameras, too.
Right? That's awesome.
So keep
It's
going.
a great story, man. This is really great.
So, like, the randomness is that I had called him. He happened to be in the car with him. So there was the reference to, oh, this person. And then that song happened to be playing in the car when they were in the car together. And he heard it and said that what he needed. And then now, a day later, me and Mahez were in the studio with Go. And we're like, all right, for sure. And he is telling us how he wants some EDM. And he sends us, we're like, okay, we need the acapella of the song, what you want to use. Well, the acapella is straight gas, and Lil Uzi's on it too. So it's him and Lil Uzi. So I'm thinking to myself, oh, Lil Uzi's tight. I love Lil Uzi. And then I hear Go, and Go is hard, bro. He's so hard, and he honestly sounds like Future. And he's got his flow and it's dope. And so now me and Mahez, we lock in the zone and we start doing our thing, building around the song. He's vibing. Go while we're doing this, Go just like, all these girls keep coming in, just another girl. And like I turn around at one point, it's like a straight party behind us while we're making this song. And all of a sudden, we get to a certain point in the song, everybody is straight vibing. Like the song is fire, they're partying, they're jumping, the girls are like, oh, this is crazy, this is great. And you got to think, like, a lot of songs for hip-hop artists, not taking anything away from it, they're awesome, they're just simpler to make a hip-hop beat. It's all about the vocals that give the song. So that's usually like 6 layers. When we make a song, that it could be 30 layers, creating this. So we're creating something with 30 layers, and they're hearing it happen and vibing, and all of a sudden we have this amazing song and it's done. It's incredible. And then he tells us, yo, honestly, I want to do like a 6-song EP, like, and I have all these vocals with all these features. Let's do a whole thing. 10 days straight. Like literally 10 days straight creating this album for this kid, Keith and San. Their vocals are amazing. It was a hip hop album. And we just took mushrooms the whole time. Everybody who came in the session had to take mushrooms. So they were taking mushrooms. We were taking mushrooms. We were there for 10 days we made this masterpiece hip hop album.
When he says locked in, like, yo, they're literally like sleeping.
So
at
I
the
was
studio.
sleeping.
Yeah.
We
You're
were sleeping there.
at your studio,
I was
ordering
eating
food,
there.
like, you don't
I was
leave.
waking
Yeah.
up.
It's
I would
awesome,
wake up
though.
at
It's
like
fucking
4
dope to
a.m.
do.
sometimes, and then go back to the beat and I'd fall asleep, and then he'd go in on another beat and fall asleep, and then like that was the flow. Honestly, the way I think of it is we are holding the energy and we are making a portal in there.
Dude, that's
awesome,
man.
It's just like we are creating such energy in that room by not leaving. We would only leave to like shower. So we did this. We were like, if we're gonna do this EP, the 6-song EP, we got to do the same way we did it before. We got to lock in days on end, not leave. So that's what we did. That's what we did. We stayed there. I think I didn't shower for like 2 days one time. I didn't sleep. Like honestly, I last night was the first night of sleep. I've had like bags under my eyes. Like I look like I haven't slept at all, but for good reason. And we were locked in there. And 6 songs later, we did the whole thing, start to finish. We did it in 3 days. And the people on the album, we got Goat and Future for a song. We got Goat, 2 songs by himself, and then another one with Goat and OT Genesis, and then another one with Goat and ESTG. And, bro, it's amazing. And it's like, it captivates the culture, and that's what we did it for. Me and Maz, we were doing this for the culture. We have these artists that are so unbelievable and known across the world, and we have an opportunity to really actually make some music that
It's different.
taps in
It's different.
everywhere. You know, like we got this kind of UK garage style. We got some stuff that has like a Afro-y tech house vibe. Like we did it for we did this for the house culture, and that means everything to me. And I started super underground, like deep house, when I first started DJing, and then my manager and mentor and friends, they all asked me, where do you want to get to? Like where's the goal? I was like, main stage, EDC. And that was the goal. They're like, all right, well, if you want to do that, you can't play this music. And that was actually the reality of it at that time. 6 years ago, Deep House would never be on main stage. Hell no. It's Tiesto's, Martin Garrix's, stuff like that. Now, that's a thing. Deep House, more underground is on main stage.
Shit.
And even then, they have their own stages. They're huge, huge.